Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Raro on the Raro Show, and I am here with the one and only Quane and Nick Bruno. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I actually had the opportunity to watch the movie, and every single time I go to movies that are technically supposed to be kids' movies, I'm very surprised, but also very embarrassed because I feel as if I'm enjoying it more than the kids themselves. And I absolutely love Spies in Disguise.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And you shouldn't be embarrassed. I mean, these movies, we try to make them for everybody, whether you're a kid or just a kid at heart. Right. We really worked hard on this movie to make sure there was something for everyone. So there was a lot of comedy for the kids, and there's a lot of action and fun stuff and comedy for the adults. Yeah. But that there was also, we knew this could be the first spy movie a kid gets to see, so we wanted to make sure it said something. Right. Of the idea of, in a world that finds it hard to trust each other and work together, that we really are stronger together, that if we can come together, there's nothing we can't accomplish.
Absolutely. And that leads into my next question. What was the message that you would want viewers to take away from watching the movie?
It really is that message of teamwork. Right. We're better together than we are alone. And especially, like Troy's saying, in a world right now that it seems like everyone has different philosophies and people don't agree well with each other and people push each other away. It's so important that we try to understand each other and find a way to come together, because that's what makes the world a better place.
Right.
We also have this concept of team weird in the movie.
Yeah.
And that sort of ties into that coming together, that there's people who have different ideas, you know, that step outside of the mold, and we look at them and sometimes say, oh, that person's weird. Right. But a lot of times it's those people who are a little bit different who change the world. Right. And we've all felt a little weird at times. We've all felt a little outside. All right, there we go. But you really hope that, you know, a kid watching this sees a character like Walter and feels empowered, like can embrace their own uniqueness, because there's greatness in that. There's great things that come from that.
And one thing I saw, Walter and Lynn Starling, they were drastically different characters in this movie. Mm-hmm. Who do you think you guys relate to, or do you feel as if you have a little bit of both in you guys?
You mean charming, suave, and sophisticated?
Oh, okay. So I see where you're leaning towards.
I'm the adorkable one. Okay. I'm the adorkable one. No, listen, for me, Lance Sterling is the guy who I always wanted to be, but I relate way more to Walter Beckett.
Okay.
Just a little weird, goofy, but.
And I think the audience is going to do the same thing. They'll come in wanting to be the big action star and relate to that, but after they get to know Walter, I think they'll walk out wanting to be a Walter.
Right. And during this, obviously with the actors in person acting, but then also, or like doing the voiceovers and everything, but with the animation as well, how are you guys able to put that completely in sync?
Oh,
that's a great question.
Yeah.
When we're working with the actors, we record them before we do the animation.
Really?
So the animators have the voice to work with, because they need to know what the nuance is, the performance, the pace at which they're speaking, because you can speak really slow or really fast. So they need that information. But on top of that, as we're recording their voices, we're also filming the actors so that the animators can then take that and create little nuance of performance. They don't do it exactly the same, but if there's a very specific gesture or a facial expression, they can add that in so the character starts to feel more and more like the performance.
Right.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay, I nailed it.
Yeah. Boom.
So
I was nervous. I didn't know if I was going to get that right.
No, so there's an exact line that stuck out to me, and I just want to pull it up now just so I don't mess it up. But one of the lines that stuck out to me was, when you fight fire with fire, we all get burnt. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me is, you know, when you fight fire with fire, you draw a line in the sand.
Right.
You know? And it really, once you draw that line, it's hard to not continue that cycle of violence or hate. So it's so important that we realize that anyone we call a bad guy, they're them themselves. They're not thinking they're the bad guy. They're doing what they think is best for them and maybe their people. Right. So it's so important that we first try to recognize that we're people first. Right. Right. Maybe people are making bad decisions. Right. But if we are going to call ourselves the good guys, we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Yeah. And try to first react with understanding before we react with violence or anything else. Right.
No, that's absolutely amazing, and I feel as if throughout this movie, that was a message that I kind of pulled away from it as well. No, you're okay. I pulled away as well, and I don't want to give anything away, but I feel as if you guys did nail that message and just what happened. And okay, Is this your favorite movie you've worked on? I know it's usually the latest project is always the favorite, but what do you think about?
No, this is by far my favorite. I mean, we love spy movies. It's my favorite genre of film. So to get the chance to make a spy movie, like we didn't want to just make fun of spy movies. We wanted to really make our very own spy film. And we did that. We've got the action, the adventure, car chases, glitter explosions. And we get to create two really great characters in Lance Sterling and Walter Beckett. So we get to have that buddy comedy as well. It was a dream come true.
Yeah, and then, like the theme of our movie, working together, it was amazing working together with everybody on this film. At Blue Sky Studios, we have 550 of some of the world's greatest artists. And on this film, each one of us, we really had so much fun working together, and I really feel like you'll feel that fun on the screen.
Yeah.
I did not mean to cough on your answer. I completely believed everything you were saying. I was not making a comment.
Yeah, no. I know he loves everybody, and everybody knows he loves him too. So, yeah.
And lastly, I wanted to ask, because there was something that was really cool and then really stuck out to me as well, was the use of science inside the movie and all the cool inventions that I'm like, I wonder if these really exist in real life. So were these all just out of your head, or were there some things that you guys were like, okay, we're going to take it from science already?
Yeah, well, listen, with a lot of this movie, we knew we were transforming a man into a pigeon, and that's ridiculous. So it was very important for us that we did bring a grounding to reality in everything else around it. So a lot of Walter's gadgets seem ridiculous and weird, but they do have some grounding in reality.
A lot of them seem kind of doable.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, as a parent, I don't want to see glitter all over my house anymore, but I've got it. But yeah, no, like, seeing kittens and glitter, reduces your aggression. It releases more serotonin. So, I believe in, as we did some research, there really is some studying into, are there other ways that we can handle, or the way we'd go after somebody.
Yeah, and even the science in turning Lance into a pigeon, like CRISPR-Cas9, the chromothripsis, those are all the steps of actually changing a single cell into something different. So all the craziness is in actual science. Of course, we've taken it and made it so much more, but it felt important that there was something to hold on to science-wise.
Hopefully there's some kid out there watching this movie that's going, I think I could do that.
I think it will inspire a lot of kids to actually do that and even just like explore more into science.
Yeah. That would be amazing. That would be so great if that were the outcome of this. I think there's so much to learn and so much good to be done. So hopefully kids do get inspired by that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am here again with Quane and Nick Bruno. Thank you guys.